Hello, friend Mormo here, and I have a very special, very exciting video for you right now. Um, I got to chat with a filmmaker I really respect, Sean Weathers. He's a New York independent filmmaker, kind of makes like exploitation slash horror movies, and I've been a fan of his for many years now, and I've reviewed a couple of his movies and always really enjoyed them and stuff. And so we got to chat about this movie Terrifier, and which was also an awesome movie. And I got the video for you coming right up. And be sure and go down into the link into the description and click the link to Sean's channel. Give him a subscribe. He's got a lot of great content on his channel, and he's just a really cool guy. So be sure and subscribe to his channel. And then if you have some money, you can go buy one of his movies on Vimeo or rent it for a good price. And you'll really enjoy his movies as well. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Please click the link in the description, subscribe to Sean's channel, comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. And thanks so much. Here's the video right now.
Look, that guy was harmless. He was just some douchebag in a costume acting like a retard because it's Halloween.
You saw the movie for the first time yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just checked it out right before I interviewed David today. So it's pretty fresh in my head. So let's get going with this. What did you think of the movie?
I loved it. I thought it was incredibly creative. I thought it broke a lot of horror rules that where it kind of kept me guessing the whole time. And I thought it looked like a great Hollywood movie. I know it was independently funded on Kickstarter and that it had a relatively modest budget, but that it looked just like a Hollywood feature to me, and the way it was filmed and everything. It had a lot of creative kills, great acting, and everything. I was really impressed by it, and I was really late to the game too. It's like, as a horror fan, I should have seen this years ago, and as somebody who like plays an evil clown on the internet, it's like my job to keep on top of these things. So I feel ashamed that I even waited so long to see this, but I'm really glad that I did, and I super enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're slipping, Mormo. You should have been aware of this.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I got like, whether I want to or not, I got to go see all the clown movies. I haven't seen Wrinkles the Clown yet either. I still need to see that one.
You're gonna have to revoke your evil license and just be a happy clown if you're not gonna see all these evil clown movies. So a few interesting things about this movie in that it did break a few conventions. What did you think of the fact that the final girl wasn't the final girl? In that Tara, who seemed like she was going to be the lead character, actually dies halfway into the movie.
That was the big shocker to me because I basically thought I had the whole movie figured out. It was going to be Tara versus Art the Clown, a cat and mouse thing throughout the whole movie. And then when she got killed, I was shocked. Like and just it really caught me off guard, and where I was just glued to the screen, wondering what was going to happen next and where the movie was going. Like that's what I was saying about it breaking a couple the rules of horror movies, and I thought it was a brilliant choice. And the way she died was really brilliant too, I thought, and the special effect was great. And it really, like I say, just I felt comfortable that I knew where the story was going, and then that just made me feel all kinds of uncomfortable and even more scared and stuff that they would do that and be so different. It just shocked me. It really shocked me.
Yeah, another thing they did that was unconventional was in her death scene, he pulled out a gun, which is generally a no-no for most slasher films, is using a gun. It's kind of cheating in a way. What did you think of the use of the gun instead of just going with more hand-to-hand type stuff?
I thought it was great, and I know I had a job at a haunted maze many years ago, and I chose a gun as my weapon and caught a lot of flack for it from the other actors that were saying I was cheating and that it's cheating to use a gun and stuff. But I thought I liked it, and I really liked the special effect of the bullet holes and everything, how they did the bullet holes and the gore effect and everything. I thought was excellent done, and one of the best probably gunshot scenes I've seen in a movie, horror or otherwise. And I thought it was cool, and it just made sense. And that was one of the things that was so creative about this film, was how many different weapons there were, and like every kill and every attack was with a different kind of weapon. And they got very creative with their weapon choices, and I think the gun fit right in. I thought that I really enjoyed that scene, actually.
Yeah. Just for full disclosure, I just finished interviewing David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, right before we're doing this review. So I got his insight on a few different things, and I brought that up to him. I brought both of those things up to him, and yeah, I was telling him like, it felt like he was cheating. And he says he gets that remark a lot. Like a lot of people are like pissed off about the fact that he pulled out a gun. But I thought what saved it for me was the fact that after he shot her once and she was in the head and she was just bleeding out, he went on to shoot her like 4 or 5 more times. So kind of
Yeah,
like he lost me, then they brought me back around when he was real brutal with all the gunshots. And also with the final girl dying, I thought it was interesting in that her sister became the final girl, and they kind of bookended it with she ended up being the person that was interviewed early in the movie.
What do you say, kiddo? You ready?
Yeah. Oh, and good luck with your interview tomorrow.
And I thought that was interesting. I just wish that if they were going to have her then halfway through the movie end up doing a character switch of the lead character and have her bookend the movie, that they would have developed her a little bit more. And he was mentioning that Damien Leone, the director, also said he wished he developed her a little bit more, but they were trying to do the movie within the span of a few hours of just that
yeah.
one night. And like more like background scenes of her past will kind of mess with that timeline of how they were trying to tell the story.
Yeah, it was really tight knit, and like you say, it just took place over a couple hours, and on Halloween, like either Halloween night or around Halloween. I don't think they ever really clarified that, but it's like a Halloween setting, and it takes place in just a couple hours, and I thought that was really great. The the character development I thought was good when the sister finds Tara and is kind of like crying and like saying no, no, and all this. Like you could kind of see their relationship a little bit, just in how distraught she was by finding her sister dead and stuff. the acting in this movie was great, and David Howard Thornton was great as Art the Clown. Although I wish they would have called him Art the Mime, because I think he was more of a mime than a clown, actually. But he did an incredible job, and I'm sure we can talk about that too.
Yeah, it's funny. I asked him, like, how do you audition for a role that has no dialogue? And it's funny that you say he should be Art the Mime, because he said that's what he basically did. He had to mime a scene, a killing scene, in the audition. And you're right, it does make more sense for him to be a mime, but money isn't in mimes, money's in clowns. Joker
Yeah,
and Pennywise, and you should know you're a clown as well. You're not a mime, so the money is
yeah,
in the
mimes are pretty
clowns.
old school. I haven't seen or heard from a mime probably since the 80s. I think they're not nearly as popular as clowns are, and there's a whole industry of like scary clowns now. I think a while back when It 2 came out, I think there was actually 4 scary clown movies on the big screen at the same time. So their scary clowns are definitely very popular,
What
and
were the other three?
it was okay, It, Wrinkles the Clown, one that was about a haunted maze and had clown masks in it. I didn't see it. And then there was another one too, and now I can't remember it. But I counted, and there was like 4 clown movies out, all on the big screen, all at the same time.
Yeah, it's becoming so popular. It might even become like a subgenre of the horror genre. Is the subgenre of clown movies, killer clowns.
Definitely. And as a clown, I've ran into a couple people who had that chlorophobia or like the clown phobia, and they would just like hide their eyes and when I was around them and stuff, paint it up and stuff. And it's a very real fear, and there's a lot of theories about where it came from and why they're so scary now to so many people. One theory being the movie Poltergeist with the clown doll, and another theory just being like that there was a time when children's rooms were decorated with clowns, and that seeing a clown after midnight in the dark in your room as a kid like scared a whole generation and scared them against clowns. And then of course
There's John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy and the movie and book It, and
Well, the real person more so than the movie and the book, but like, yeah, the real killer clown. So that definitely plays a part of it as well.
oh,
So
for sure.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it's a pretty interesting movie. But I watching it, there was one scene in particular that kind of like made me wince a little bit and kind of reminded me of the time I saw Cannibal Holocaust. And that's a scene where the girl gets cut in half.
That was extreme, and plus it had good nudity, which gives the movie an automatic A plus in my book. But it was definitely one of the goriest things I've seen in a while, and extremely well done, and it seemed very realistic, and that was definitely a frightening and gruesome scene for sure. And that actress was so good too. The one, I can't remember her character's name, and I don't know.
Character's name is Dawn.
Oh, sorry.
Great character and everything. So you really felt for these girls. Like I say, it all happens very fast in a short period of time, but they just both seemed like real likable characters. just kind of fun-loving and kind characters, and so to see them get brutalized was very unnerving and scary for me, I think.
Mhm. Yeah. What did you think of the fact that Art never screamed? I brought that up with David as well, and they just thought it would be more creepy if he didn't. Even though he doesn't talk, he has a tongue. So if he's hurt, he should be able to scream. But it was an artistic choice for them not to do it. Kind of threw me off a little bit. Did that bother you at all, or did you not even notice it?
I enjoyed it, and I did notice it that he mimed screaming. He mimed all of the pain on his face and would like open his mouth for a scream, and he physically portrayed his pain and screams, and I thought it was very effective. I think it was actually a good choice to make him a completely silent clown, and especially for such a good actor to be able to portray the emotions and insanity of a clown like that. And I found it very effective, his miming and pantomiming of his screams and pain and stuff. I thought it really worked, and it's like I was saying earlier, this movie just kind of breaks the rules and stuff, where you expect him to scream, he's supposed to scream, but no sound comes out, and you're just like, what's going on? You know, at home, watching at home, it just makes it even that more like weird and intense, and just I found it to be really effective. And I'm like I say, I was thinking throughout the movie, because I was thinking of other clown movies where the clowns kind of like tell creepy jokes and stuff while they're terrorizing their victims and stuff. But this one, the miming and stuff was just very scary. I think I found it to be very scary. I'm glad they chose that for this movie.
So what did you think of the fact that there was no motive for the character? That was another thing that kind of threw me as well. There was no motive to him starting to kill. He just kind of went into the pizzeria, and everything just kind of snowballed from there without any real motive behind his actions. Did you find it made it more creepy, or were you a little bit bothered by the fact that there was no real reason for him going after them?
I think the wraparound story kind of already established that he was a serial killer, and where the interview scene in the beginning, they talked about that there was this serial killer, Art the Clown, and so yeah, and I guess the one girl was kind of snotty towards him a little bit, or was like kind of making fun of him, but he seemed like more infatuated with Tara's character, and yeah, normally I want more backstory on my monster. Like, I saw a movie called the Collector or something like that a while ago, and it had a very bland killer. There was no backstory at all for him, and that movie kind of upset me quite a bit, actually. But this movie, like, I think just the setting up, that interview at the beginning kind of told me what I needed to know about Art the Clown, that he's just a killer, and I just kind of accepted that. And when I initially watched the movie, that first interview, I thought was referencing a short film that I heard that this movie was based off of.
What? Yeah, as far as you were mentioning with the shorts, yeah, there were actually two short films. about the character, and they were folded into an anthology film.
Oh, cool.
So it was played by Art the Clown was played by Mike Gianelli 3 times before in 2 shorts, and then they put the shorts into an anthology where he played it a 3rd time. So from what I'm understanding, the story is just continuous. So it's in a way it's with Terrifier 2 is going to complete a trilogy because you have
Oh,
the first
nice.
anthology and then these 2 other movies. So but you haven't seen the others, right?
I have not. No, I'm gonna track him down now, though. Now that I've seen Terrifier, I want to see the other ones for sure.
Yeah, I think all you have to do is see the one before this because the 2 short films are put into the anthology. So, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the movie. Whatever holes it has, it makes up for it because it's so fast paced, and all the gore and all the thrills kind of make it exciting. Where it's like you don't have to stop and think too much. So I definitely think the
Yeah.
pacing helped. So,
My
and it was
only issue with it was the uh the the people who were being killed and stuff, they'd like stab Art the Clown or hurt him somehow and then drop the weapon and run away. It's like, why not just hold on to the weapon, you know? They would
yeah.
drop the weapon and then find another weapon, but it's like you already hurt him with this thing. Why not just hold on to it? That was the only issue that kind of took me away from the story a little bit. But other than that, I thought it was very effective, very scary, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting because the fact that he shoots himself in the head and comes back, they could have killed him. And within the context of the story, him coming back would have made sense because he shoots himself in the mouth and he comes back anyway. So having them not kill him or try to kill him didn't make sense, because if they did
Yeah.
it would have flowed with the movie anyway. I actually think the one person that really deserved to die in the film, and I'm glad he died because he was an idiot, was Mike the Exterminator. How do you
Yeah.
knock him out and then run away and call the cops and saying you're scared he's going to kill you?
Where is the assailant now?
I knocked him out. If this guy wakes up, we are not safe here. This guy is armed, and he's a total fucking maniac.
You knocked him out. You have the weapon. He's unconscious. Kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And he was also kind of like a little blasé or something towards that homeless woman with the little baby. Like the way he treated her was not that great.
Get the hell away from me.
I'm telling you, he knows I know, and he's gonna try and kill me before he kills you.
Don't touch me. Don't.
Help me! Please, help me!
Away from me.
And she was a great character too, I thought, with the baby. It seemed like maybe she was homeless, squatting in that building, and like a mentally ill homeless person with a little baby who actually kind of bonded with Art the Clown. And my favorites, I'm glad you brought up him shooting himself, because my favorite special effect was when he sat up coming out of the body bag. You could see a big hole in the back of his head, and there was just like a little flap of flesh hanging down from the top of the hole. It was so gruesome and such like awesome little minor detail for them to put in there. That really impressed me. That was my favorite special effect of the whole movie.
Yeah, he was saying that Damien Leone, the director, who also wrote it and co-produced it, he did all the special effects, so that was all him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Has he made other films?
He made the other shorts and then the anthology film before this.
Okay.
So yeah, I think this character in these movies are his main output as a director. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you could tell there's a lot of passion behind it in the movie. So definitely 2 thumbs up for Terrifier, and part 2 is going to be a while before it comes out because of the whole quarantine thing and with the COVID-19 situation. But from my understanding, it's mostly already been shot. There's just a few scenes left, but it's going to take a while for them to get to those few scenes. But once it comes out, definitely highly recommend it. Entertaining, at least this first one here. And at some point, I may check out the anthology and review that as well. So, all right, thanks for listening.